honestly don't know if you can hear it. It's probably low enough that the mic can't even pick it up. But Plague is recording Heroes of the Storm right now. And you can hear it. You can hear him going, no! That Stitch's hook. Anyhow, hello there, friend. Welcome back to Max Plays Destiny Fails Us. On the previous episode, we went to King's Cafe, also known as the King's Hot Cocoa Emporium, and we had a pretty silly moment. I think it was actually kind of heart-touching and kind of adorable. We learned a little bit more about Lily, and we learned about the end game of this first beta, which is the Valentine's Day Dance, the VDD. My favorite arcade game. We're here, we're ready to go, let's dive right in. Lily was just helping us with our homework, and then, you know, Adra was like, yeah, I get it when I get math when the teacher is not terrible to me. Which is totally understandable. Oh man, my first semester of college was not really good. I had both the worst English teacher I ever had and the worst math teacher I ever had at college. 10-year. The instant, like most 10-year teachers just stop caring. Like, I hate to put it like that, because I met some really passionate teachers in college, but 99% of all the impassionate teachers were 10-year teachers. But anyhow, the American education system out of the way. I guess you're right. Thanks, Lily. The rest of the class dragged on until lunch. My stomach growled ferociously at the final minute before the bell and was ready to bolt out of the room to my locker. Lily clutched her books tightly as she prepared to leave. You know, I was actually thinking about the uniforms, and I actually kind of like the uniforms. Not only because, like, it tells you what people are studying, but it kind of gives you that sense of solidarity, like, and it also helps you create relationships with people who are in the same field as you. It's interesting. I've always liked school uniforms because I'm a giant nerd, and we had them back in Mexico. I understand the individuality of not having uniforms in, like, high school. I get it. But I like uniforms. I think they're pretty cute. The rest of the class pushed themselves out of the room as quickly as possible. The pink flyers were in everyone's arms, and the crowd talked loudly about the upcoming dance. Do I have to pick somebody? Can I just take Alaska? Can I take my dad? Can I take Alaska? I hope so. Lily quietly followed me as I maneuvered through the groups of students. After a quick pit stop to grab my lunch from my locker, we walked to the empty student council room. I sat down and started eating as she walked to the cabinet in the back of the room, grabbing a few posters inside. What I wanted to get your opinion on last night was whether or not these looked good. She placed 3 posters onto the table in front of me, each with the same headline stretched across them. Valentine's Day Dance. The first one was bright red with hearts falling from clouds. The second was white with a single heart in the middle. And the third was black with a red heart and a white arrow piercing through it. These are all pretty cool. I prefer the second one because I'm a minimalistic sort of person, but these all look fine. I don't really see any issue with them. Good. I'm glad. She slid them into one neat pile before slumping into her chair. Is that really all you wanted help with? I knew the answer. I just wanted her to talk with me. Yeah, no, I don't know. She leaned her head back in the chair and looked at the ceiling. I think I wanted you to come by last night so I could stop myself. So I had an excuse to not make a fool out of myself. How long was Lily in love with Mr. Sly? He more like Mr. Dreamy, am I right? She straightened herself up and picked her bag from the ground and tossed it onto the table. I'm stupid, right? No, you're not. Yes, I am. I should have just kept my mouth shut. I don't know why I thought that was a good idea. I just wanted to... I don't know what I wanted. That was that... Nailing that voice. She fiddled with her phone again. It's not like I thought anything was going to happen. I mean, he's a teacher. She dropped her phone to the table and sighed deeply. Messages, 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 no messages. I like the texture. I like that there's, like, things are not flat. There's texture on everything. Cool stuff. I like the buses in the background. Good detail. She dropped her phone to the table and sighed deeply. I am so done with this. I didn't know what to say. So, do you think your mom will let you go to the dance? Maybe if I catch up with homework. Well, if you don't end up with a date, maybe your mom might let you help out with the student council? We need people to set up the dance and clean up afterwards. Maybe. I don't really want to clean up after the whole school. I guess if I don't get my grades up, but that's a good idea. Alternatives. The two of us sat at the empty table for a few minutes talking about the decorations, when one-hit wonder boy and Harley walked in. I just needed to grab... Oh, hey! Hey, did you need the posters? Yeah, I was going to send them in to get printed. Here, go on ahead. Go on ahead and take them. I had the resident artist take a look at them already. Cool. She handed one-hit wonder boy the 3 posters. He slowly took them from her, lingering a moment in the middle of the room before turning back to Harley. Alright, let's go. The two of them left the room, leaving the door open behind them. Lily played with her phone again, checking her messages and closing the screen. She's still waiting for her Overwatch beta invite. Lunch is almost over. We should pack up. The two of us cleaned up our spots and headed to our lockers for our next class. When I got to class, everything was quiet. Mr. Evans was sitting behind his desk. He looked like he was frustrated with something. That's Atali's dad. On the board, he had written that we were supposed to pick up the assignment from his desk and read the entire chapter on our own. I made some progress on my homework. The entire class worked silently for the whole period. The bell rang and school ended. More choices! Library. What was the choice that it's not here anymore? Art club. Let's go to the library. Why not? I don't think I have to go to every one of them, but I'm not going to the cafe again. I felt bad for not turning the book in, and I wanted to apologize to Alexander. I made my way across town to the campus library and pushed on the heavy double doors to let me in. The library was quiet, like the last few times I had been there. Alexander was scanning returns into the system. Wait, is Alexander one of the relationships? Could you even take a college student to prom, basically, or the Valentine's Day dance? Alexander was scanning returns into the system. As I got closer, he looked up and met my eyes with a smile. Hey, Alexander. Hey, I was starting to wonder if I would ever see you again. Yeah, I'm sorry I didn't turn the book in on Monday. Oh, okay, that is so good. Okay, major prompts. You know what this is good, so good about this? This is the event that triggers the first time you go to the library. And it's open-ended. It's not like 2 days ago, 3 days ago, on Monday. So good actually, so good. I don't know what happens if you actually don't go there for a whole week, but it's pretty cool that this is open-ended enough that it doesn't feel out of place. Kind of like the King's Cafe thing. I reached into my book bag and pulled it out, handing it to him. Didn't Samson take care of this already? I'm pretty sure Samson took the book and returned it. Well, remember this game is in beta and everything is subject to change. Everything and anything. Here you go. It's not a big deal. I will cover the late fees, but you owe me one. That's... She's like 16. He spoke in a joking tone of voice. Let me go back. Well, it's not a big deal. I'll cover the late fees, but you owe me one. He spoke in a joking tone of voice. Oh goodness, I'm happy you're not upset.
Well, it could have been much worse. I thought Vincent would have come with you to return this.
Yeah, stuff happened.
Oh, you okay?
I'm fine, it's just dumb school stuff.
School stuff? That sounds hella lame.
Alexander would totally say hella, don't even argue me on this. Yeah, you could say so.
Well, if you need a place to study, not many people come here. Just don't plan on checking out any books.
I said I was sorry. He had a grin so big that it was hard to take him seriously.
I was just messing with you, kid.
Alright, well, if you don't mind, I do have some studying.
Pick a seat.
He gestured to the empty tables around us. Meanwhile, in between the bookshelves, college students were just napping.
I know, it's so hard to find a spot.
I blankly looked at him. That was a joke, Idril. Really?
Just sit down, shorty.
I started to put my books down when I realized that he called me shorty. Wait. Shorty?
Oh, well, yeah. You're tiny, almost pocket-sized. It's fitting. What? I was just poking fun at you.
I know.
You can't blame me for your shortness.
Oh god, stop flirting.
She's like 16.
You are like ancient, you're like 22. Oh man, if you think 22 is old. I can't. You're right.
Alright, I'm gonna go check in some books we got. Have fun, kid.
I pulled out the assignment I had written down, working my way through the first one easily enough. However, when I got to the second assignment, I felt like slamming my head against a table. Geometry. It just wasn't getting through to me. Alexander noticed the trouble I was having and came over to my table.
Hey, what's the trouble?
No, he can be a relationship. Interesting. I don't know how old Idril is, and it's okay. I don't quite get this. I mean, I'm also mildly apprehensive because Alaska likes the guy, so I don't want to cause Alaska heartbreak. I don't quite get this. I pointed at the problem, and he pulled a seat up next to me. After he read through it, he started going through an explanation of how to solve it and what I needed to do. He was making a lot of sense, and I'm happy I had him nearby to help me out. And I was happy? Isn't that like a change of tense? And I was happy I had him. Yeah, it should be. Yeah, that's it was just the present.
So, do you think you got that?
Yeah, I did. Thank you.
His grin lit up again, and he got up to continue working.
Huh. Wait. His grin lit up again, and he got up to continue working. By the way, don't feel bad about the typos. I played the entirety of Shadowrun Returns, a game that was like made by an official studio, and that game is full of typos. Man, reading your work out loud really helps. Hashtag revision tips.
I'm glad I could help.
I continued through the rest of the assignments and asked if I could use the printer. He pointed to a back room where the printers didn't cost anything to use. What magical college is this? I would love to live in this magical world. And while I stood back there waiting, I could hear the big doors open and slam shut, just like when I came in. Heather! Alex! When I looked around the corner, I noticed it was the girl from the other day, the redhead.
Heather, you really don't have to yell. This is a library.
Why? It's not like anyone's here anyway. This place is always dead. Like our relationship.
Actually...
I think Alexander pointed in my direction because Heather leaned over the counter to take a look at me. Oh, you! You were here the other day too, right? Yeah, I was. That face though. That's cool, I guess. She leaned back out of sight again. So, are you coming over for dinner tonight?
I don't know. I have a class in the morning. It's easier just to stay in my dorm room.
Alexander yawned very loudly. If that really fake yawn, it wasn't fake. I just blinked my eyes because they got teary. If that made you yawn, I apologize.
Anyway, I was saying I need to get some rest tonight.
Okay, that's fair. Do you want me to... Wait a minute. I'm voicing her as though she's angry because of the exclamation boxes. Okay, that's fair. Do you want me to save you some food, some leftovers? I can bring them to your room later. Do you notice that I really like you and I want to spend time with you no matter what sort of social construct I can make for that? Oh, romance!
That would be great, actually. Anything is better than noodles, especially after a week of eating nothing but noodles.
That's cute. I like that. Whoa. Oh, that actually advances automatically. I had gotten so lost in the conversation that I almost forgot the printer was running. Okay, so there's some sort of like coding bug in there. It's all fine. I had gotten so lost into the conversation that I almost forgot the printer was running. Oh, that's weird. Anyhow, it's probably a Rampy thing. I have a passing familiarity with Rampy, and it can be a little iffy sometimes. I had gotten so lost into the conversation that I almost forgot the printer was running. Alexander continued talking as he walked back to where I was.
How's it going in there?
Oh, it just finished.
Cool. I'll be closing the library soon, so I can finally get some rest. I hope you don't mind.
Not at all. I'll go grab my stuff. Ooh, she has a Sprite. We both left the back room with a stack of freshly printed paper in my hands. I gathered my things with my bag, and just when I was finishing, Heather walked up to me. So, what's your name?
Oh, that's Idril. Sorry, I thought I introduced you to. Idril, this is Heather.
Nice to meet you. Same.
Oh, Idril, before I forget.
Alexander pulled out a receipt and wrote something on it.
If you have any problems with your homework, I can help tutor you.
He handed me the receipt. He had written his phone number on it. In front of your girlfriend. Well, it's probably complicated. It's probably most definitely complicated. It's college, it's never easy. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
No problem. I'm here if you need anything.
Heather watched me gather my things. I didn't want to stay very long because it was kind of awkward, so I hurried. I wasn't sure of how to feel about her. I waved goodbye to both of them before leaving the building. Idril, your face has been like that for a little while. I'm sure she'll be fine. Idril, your face hasn't changed in a while. I opened the front door and ran upstairs. I set my backpack down and got changed. Wax followed me into my room, bouncing around excitedly to see me home. I patted him on the stomach and he waggled his tail vigorously. Hello everybody, I'm Wags the dog. And I'm gone. That's gonna be like the subtitle for this game. It's like featuring an appearance by Wags the dog. It's like the way of voicing me, he kind of sounds like some sort of like cereal mascot. Wags Waffle Cereal. Waffs, watery waffles. No, I need another word for the alliteration. Woolicious, waffleicious, Wags Waffle Cereal. After I finished changing, I walked downstairs to the kitchen. Mom was standing with her back to me, staring at a pot on the stove. Magic potion. Hey, hon. Oh, hey, hon. How was school? It was fine. They announced the Valentine's dance. Oh, that's nice. You don't get to go. No. There was a short moment of silence between us as she continued to stir the food. When she finished, she placed the spoon on the side and turned to me. So, you want to go to the dance, don't you? I kinda do. Don't mind that alarm, that's something else. I sat down at the counter, fiddling with one of the forks in front of me. It doesn't really matter. I won't be able to go anyway. You know, because I'm grounded. I gave her a sarcastic look. Wait a minute. Yep. I gave her a sarcastic look. That's her Daria face right there. Oh man, remember Daria? I wonder if you could reboot Daria, but like in this era. What's her aesthetic? Grunge? I don't know. Pastel grunge. Clearly not pastel goth. Maybe pastel goth, actually. I do love me pastel goth. Well, maybe we can work something out. Mom turned away to grab plates from the cupboards. Are you sure? We'll see. I'll have to talk with your father when he gets home. Mom dished up our dinner. Now, go get some homework done. I'm gonna just go play games. I went up to my room and closed the door behind me. I sat down at the computer and ate my food while I thought about what to work on. Ha! Here it is. What should I do tonight? Actually, a study just gives you what? Knowledge, I guess? We're not fatigued enough, so we can just do whatever. I say let's do homework. I took out my textbook and started working. Yay, I finished an assignment. Knowledge! I had some trouble with my homework. At least I wasn't too tired, or else I might have done worse. It was getting late. I decided to head to bed. It's a brand new day. Friday, February 1st. Who are we gonna take to the dance? And I'm back. Sorry, I sneezed. And I threw my arm or something. Didn't you hate it when you like sneeze so hard that like you hurt yourself physically? That's what happened to me a second ago. Anyhow, 5 more minutes, please. I kept my eyes shut and stayed underneath the blankets. Dad walked in and opened my blinds.
Come on, darling, get up.
He nudged my bed with his knee repeatedly until I rolled over.
You don't want to sleep the day away, do you?
I mean, that's not exactly a bad idea. Is it snowing outside? No, it is. It's like really, really light snow. Huh? Is sleep the day away? What do you mean? I like you can also see that it's snowing. I finally sat up in bed and looked at the time. It was already late morning. If school was cancelled, snow day, I figured I'll let...
Oh, wait. School was cancelled, snow day. I figured I'll let you catch up on some sleep.
Oh, thanks. It felt great sleeping in for once.
Oh, what's that like?
Dad chuckled.
I'm really tired, darling.
I'm running on fumes here. He's downing like 5-hour energies every hour. That's how it works. If you get multiples of them, they just stack, right? It's like a buff. What's that supposed to mean?
Well, you know, I just don't get a lot of free time.
Oh, you mean because of work?
No, Shortcake. Because of life.
Oh man, making it too real here, Dad. I'm way too tired for this conversation. Huh?
Well, when you're older, there's a lot more stuff that you have to worry about. It's not just work. There are so many more things to keep you busy. Like turning down all those invitations for Candy Crush. Damn it. I don't want to play Game of War either. Can't we just go back to just some nice wholesome games like Bejeweled? I looked up at the photo on my wall. It was a beautiful castle in Ireland. According to Dad, he took the photo a long time ago, before I was born. I found that one time while I was snoping through his photo album. On that day, he must have seen me seen me looking at the photo because he had it framed for me the very next day. Do you miss it? Traveling, I mean. I'll be lying if I say I didn't. Ireland, Japan, France, Kauai, so many beautiful places. Still so many more that I've never seen, like the Roman Colosseum. You know, when your mom first found out she was pregnant with you, we had a long talk about what we would do to raise you. This was back when I didn't know what I wanted in my life. At one point she told me she was willing to take care of you all on her own. That if I wanted to, I could keep traveling and live my life. Same as always, she would take care of everything. For a long time, I wanted to take that offer.
This is really dramatic. Give me a second.
I was going to travel around and put the entire world in my photo album. I left your mother for a while and saw many new places. The day you were born, I found my way back to you and your mom. I was ready to say my final goodbyes, and then I saw you. I realized if I kept traveling, every minute I was away, I'll be thinking about what I left behind.
That was smiling. Fiercely stuck in his memories. That face like she's about to break into tears, because it's just like...
I wanted to see you grow up and take your first steps, say your first words, and I wanted to take photos of all of it. I realized that your world is the only one that mattered to me. I've always captured my life in photo albums, which is why I have so many photos of you.
Dad hugged me tight.
Hey, I'm rambling now. Your breakfast is probably stone cold. You should have some before I talk your ear off.
Alright. I love you, Dad.
I love you too, Shortcake.
He walked downstairs and I heard him turn the news on. Dad never used to talk about his life before I was born. I knew he traveled. I guess I just had never asked him to go into detail. It was weird. His life had been this complicated? Has life always been this complicated? I sat in my bed for a moment before I got up to eat my breakfast. And I think we're gonna call it right here. I think it was really nice to have a moment to see her dad. Her dad just became like three-dimensional right there. And I like that. That was pretty cool. I enjoyed that. It felt really natural and not out of place at all. Really fun, really enjoyable, and I can't wait to play some more of this game on the next recording session. But for the time being, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending a little bit of your day with me. And we'll see where the story progresses on the next episode.